I'm going to be showing you how to get all the collectibles in the East Gotham hub world within LEGO DC Supervillains. Let's get started. Alright, so we're going to kick things off with a gold brick. This one's called Sharkey Malarkey. It's going to be found on the south side of East Gotham. This one's actually going to be inside the Iceberg Lounge building here. So to get inside, just pull on this lever at the front entrance and you can just walk right in. And there's going to be a little cutscene of this talking shark, and he's going to give you several different objectives you have to do in this room. So first off, on the left side, there's going to be this spotlight that you can rotate around, and that'll be 1 out of 3 of those. Then there's going to be a few objectives here in the back. So we're going to fly up here to the second floor, use a sensing character like Batman to sense this techno panel right here. Then we can use the techno panel as Batman, and we just have to highlight these 4 blue triangles, the one that it shows you right up when you start the techno panel, and if you hit the right ones, that'll complete that little puzzle and it'll turn on these speakers, which is going to be one of the objectives you have to do. Now we're going to move over here to the right side, and in the back there's going to be another lever. Pull on that. That's going to raise up this Sharkey sign. That's going to be another one of the objectives. So we're almost done here. We're going to walk over here to the right. Up here on the right side of the second floor, there's going to be another one of these spotlights, so we're just going to rotate that around. That'll be 2 out of 3. And then if we continue over here, there's going to be this trail of studs. Jump off, and there is the third and final spotlight. We're going to rotate that one around. That just leaves one more objective to do, which is going to be here in the middle. If you look up, there's going to be a grapple hook point on the chandelier on the ceiling, so we're going to pull on that using Batman. Once you do, it's going to break up the chandelier, and just wait a few seconds, and a cutscene will play with all these penguins coming out. And again, just wait a few seconds for another cutscene to play. The shark will start singing into the microphone, and once he gets done singing, you will actually unlock this gold brick. So definitely several steps to that one, but we've now completed Sharkey Malarkey. So now we're going to head back into the city for a side quest. This one's called Appliance Defiance. It's going to be located pretty much right in the middle of East Gotham. So we're going to head over here and talk to this character who's named Gizmo. I guess he might be a villain within the DC universe. I'm not entirely sure. He's some sort of DC character. But we're going to talk to him. And for this one, what you have to do is follow him around East Gotham. Every now and then, he's going to stop, and there's going to be some, like, inanimate objects that start attacking you pretty much. And so there's going to be 3 of them. Take them out, and then Gizmo will start walking again. And you just have to do that a few different times. And this side quest doesn't last too long. So this next wave of enemies is like a bunch of washing machines or something. I guess that's why this one's called Appliance Defiance. And so we're going to take care of them, and there's going to be one final wave of enemies here. We got vacuum cleaners, washing machines, everything else, dressers, and we're going to take care of all of them. And once you take care of those 6 enemies, Gizmo will walk a little bit more, then he's going to start talking to you, and once he gets done talking, you will unlock Gizmo as a playable character. Next up, we have another side quest. This one's called Jumping to Conclusions. This one's going to be found in the middle of East Gotham, where the Ace Chemicals building is, here on the ground level. And there is Huntress waiting for us. So we're going to wave in front of her to activate this side quest. And for this one, we have to gather evidence for her. So there's going to be a few different groups of enemies that we have to take a picture in front of. So it's going to show you their general locations, and this one's going to have you kind of going all around the open world. So the first one's pretty close by, though. It's going to be here on top of the Ace Chemicals building. So you pretty much just have to turn around and go up. And there's going to be some Riddler goons here, so just pull out your camera by hitting the LB button, I believe it is, or L1 if you're on PlayStation. Take a picture with them. As long as that little green outline is, well, green, then the picture will count, and you'll be good to go. So now we're going to fly over here to Gotham City, and there's going to be another group of enemies kind of where the docks are, next to the big church building. So I'm flying around here. I'm looking on the map where their exact location is, and here it is where the docks are. We're going to land here. There's going to be some penguin goons here for us. So we're going to whip out the camera, take a picture in front of them, and that'll be the second of 3 pictures we have to take. And then the final group of enemies, you might look around and be like, where are they at? Well, they're actually going to be all the way to the left side where Arkham is, right in front of Arkham Asylum. And so we're going to have to fly all the way over there by cutting through the amusement mile section. You have to fly around to find the little opening that leads into Arkham. And I believe at the time it had been a while since I had played in this area, so I was looking for the tunnel. I knew there was a tunnel somewhere that leads you there, and here it is over here on the right side of Amusement Mile. And so we're going to fly through this little cave, and now that we're in Arkham, we can head right into the front of Arkham Asylum, and there's going to be some enemies right there at the front entrance. I was looking a little bit to the left. Oh, there they are. And so now we're going to take a picture in front of them. They're like building some sort of sign in front of it, but we're going to take a picture there. That's going to be the final of 3 pictures. Those are the Joker goons. So now we just have to make our way back over to Huntress. So she's kind of on the opposite end of the city. You know, we're going from Arkham all the way to East Gotham. So we're going to fly all the way through here, fly through Gotham City, get back over here to East Gotham, head back over here to where Ace Chemicals is, wave our hand in front of her, and that'll pretty much complete this side quest. She's going to talk for a little bit, but once she gets done, you will unlock Huntress as a playable character. Next, we have a gold brick. This one's called Toxic Teamwork, and it's going to be located here on the right side of East Gotham, on top of the Ace Chemicals area here. And so once we fly over here, there's going to be 3 of these Joker henchmen, and just to the right of them, there's going to be a telekinetic Lego object. So we're going to switch to a telekinetic character like Gorilla Grodd, or in this case, Constantine. And we're going to use his abilities to pick up this barrel and move it into the toxic waste. Then over here on the left side, there's going to be a security system. So you have to use a character like Constantine or Batman, anybody that can go invisible, and pull on that lever. Then you're going to have to switch to an acrobatic character like Harley Quinn to swing on this pole. And once you do that, you'll land on this switch, which is going to drop some acid into the barrel. And once you do that, it'll be telekinetic yet again. So we're going to switch back over to Constantine and use his abilities to move the barrel out of the acid. And that's pretty much it for this gold brick. So just wait a few seconds for the henchmen to start talking. And once they get done, you'll be able to grab a gold brick for Toxic Teamwork. Next up, we have another gold brick. This one's called Amazing, and it's going to be located here in the middle of East Gotham. And so this one's going to be found on this rooftop here. And so there's going to be this little maze. At first, I thought you had to use a small character like the Atom to go through it, but no, you actually have to use Joker's chattering teeth. You could probably also use Batman's little remote control Batwing thing, but I just used Joker's teeth here. And so you just have to go through this little maze. Just hit those different red switches there in the middle. It's pretty easy. It's not like the most complex maze in the world. Just keep going around, hitting those different switches, and once you hit all 4 of them, it'll raise the gold brick out of the maze. So then you can blow up the Joker teeth and walk on over and grab the gold brick for Amazing. Moving on to another gold brick. This one's called Traffic Trouble. And this one's going to be located more on the western side of East Gotham, pretty much right in the middle of the street. So we're going to move on down here, and there's going to be this big truck that's toppled over that I guess had toxic waste in it. And so the first thing, we're going to switch to a character like Superman and just freeze up all of this fire. That's going to give you a buildable Lego object, which is going to build into 3 different grapple hooks. So we have to pull on all 3 at the same time by recruiting a few different henchmen. So the first one's just going to be standing there in the middle, so we can just switch to Joker and recruit him. If you walk over here to the left side, beating on this phone booth, is going to be the second henchman. And then the third one's going to be on the opposite side, on the right side. So we're going to move back over here. And there's actually 4 grapple hook points that we need to pull on. So we need 1 more henchman to pull on all of those. And right over here at this little truck stop is going to be the final henchman. And so once you have all 3 henchmen following you around, you can then make your way back over to the toppled over truck. Tap the B or circle button and just keep mashing it until all the henchmen start grappling on to the different grapple hook points. That'll put the truck back up into place, and then there on top of the acid, so maybe keep playing as Joker, you can grab the gold brick for Traffic Trouble. Next up, we're going to do a race. This one's called Reactive Factory Rally, and this one's going to be located kind of in the middle left side of East Gotham. It's going to be on the ground level, right in front of this Ace Chemical sign on this building. And so this race does require a vehicle, so we're going to hold the Y or triangle button to pull up the character roster, then hit X or square to pull up the vehicle roster, and then just spawn in any of the vehicles that you want. And we're going to hop in this cop car and start the race. So this one you have to complete within 50 seconds in order to get the gold brick. So there's going to be 15 different checkpoints you have to go through within those 50 seconds, but I don't find this one to be super challenging. The worst part is this maneuvering around all of the traffic and all the different obstacles, but getting it in under 50 seconds shouldn't be too much of a problem, and once you do, you will unlock the Ace Chemical truck as a playable vehicle. So next up, we're going to do a side quest. This one's called Gaming Their Trust. And so for this one, it's going to be found here on the left side of East Gotham, and there's going to be this video game store that you can walk into. So it's a video game store within a video game, and Mongul is going to be waiting, so we're going to talk to him. And in this game, he's like a video game developer, and he wants you to deliver his game directly to the players. So there's going to be 5 players kind of scattered around East Gotham that we have to talk to. So if you pull up the map, they're going to be highlighted with those yellow icons, so we have to go around and find them all. So the first one's really easy. It's just going to be on the rooftop of the video game store. So you just tap B or circle, depending on what console you're playing on, and that will check them off the list. That's 1 out of 5. This next one's going to be here in front of the Monarch Theater, where this bus stop is. He's going to be inside the bus stop, so we're going to tap B on him. That'll check him off. This next one's going to be kind of in the back where the Ace Chemicals building is. So we're going to fly up here, and I'm looking around for him. The game, sometimes with some side quests, it shows you their exact location with the little purple indicator. Then other times, like in this one, it doesn't give you their exact location. You just have to look at them on the map and try to figure out where they are from there. But it gives you a pretty good idea of where they're at. All right, so over here, this one I had a little bit of trouble finding. But what you want to do is fly around in this area. It's kind of near the middle of Ace Chemicals here. We're going to fly. It's actually below one of the streets. So I'm just looking around for it. I keep pulling up the map. I know I'm getting close, but I'm not seeing it. And so we're going to fly around the other side, and we're going to have to go under the street in this sort of back alley. And there is one of the players. So that's probably the hardest one to find of the bunch of 5 here. And the final one's going to be all the way in the back side of East Gotham, where this monorail station is. So we're going to fly over here, and all the way back here, there he is. And once we've kind of delivered the game to all 5 of those players, we can now make our way back over to Mongul. He's going to be inside the game store. We're going to wave our hand in front of him. There's going to be a couple other people in here as well. And he's still going to be mad, but once he gets done talking, you will unlock Mongul as a playable character. So now we're going to be moving on to a gold brick. This one's called Shenanigans. It's found pretty much right here in the middle of East Gotham. So there's going to be this building with this garage door that we need to get opened up. So there's going to be 3 of these green power lines that we can follow. Over here on the right side is going to be the first one. Cut a hole through that gold Lego object using a character like Superman with his laser vision. Destroy the electrical panel behind that. That'll be 1 out of 3. Then over here on the left side, it's going to be the exact same thing, except instead of a gold Lego object, it's a silver Lego object. So we're going to switch over to the Joker, throw an explosive pie on that. That'll be 2 out of 3. That'll then open up this garage door up top where the final objective is. And for this one, we need a tech-savvy character, so we're going to switch over to Malcolm Merlin. And so there's going to be this little puzzle where you have to connect the pieces together. Essentially what you're doing is connecting that black circuit on the left side over to that blue circle with the unlock icon on it on the bottom right-hand corner. So we're connecting the black circuit on the left to the blue circle on the right side at the bottom. And so at first I wasn't entirely sure what I was supposed to be doing here, so I just started moving the pieces around like crazy, just moving random pieces around, but then eventually I figured out what I was supposed to be doing. And so I'm moving this stuff around, and if you connect it just like I do there, it'll open up the garage door at the bottom, allowing you access to the gold brick for Shenanigans. Next up is going to be another gold brick. This one's called Graffiti Gold, located more on the north central side of East Gotham. This is probably the easiest gold brick in this entire area. So up here on this rooftop where Crime Alley is, there's going to be this wall that we can destroy with a graffiti character. So we're going to switch over to someone like the Joker, spray some graffiti on that wall. It'll blow up the wall, and behind it is going to be the gold brick for Graffiti Gold. Next up, we have yet another gold brick. This one's called Misdemeanor Mistake. It's going to be located on the north side of East Gotham where Crime Alley is. And so there's going to be this vending machine that you can use detective vision on with a character like Superman. But just to the left of that, there's going to be this poster with a passcode on it, 290186. And so that's going to be the passcode that we need to type in behind this vending machine. So we're going to type in the 2, and then the 9, and then the O, and then the 1, and then the 86. And if you type it in correctly, that'll solve this little puzzle. Just wait a few seconds for it to register. It'll open up this exit door, and inside it is going to be the gold brick. Some criminals were trying to get in there. They'll walk away, though, once the door opens up, and we can just walk right inside and grab the gold brick for Misdemeanor Mistake. So next up, we have a side quest. This one's called Shady Business. It's going to be located on the northern side of East Gotham, in the crime alley area, and this one can be a little tricky to figure out where you actually start the quest. So there's going to be this building with the green hotel sign on it. Just to the right of that green hotel sign is an opening that'll then get you inside of the building where you can talk to the Shade to activate this side quest. So I believe the story behind this one is someone put a bounty on his head, and so what he wants you to do is go around East Gotham and talk to 5 different NPC characters to determine which NPC put the bounty on his head. I think is like the general gist of this storyline of this side quest. So the first one's going to be found kind of on the rooftop of where you talk to the Shade. So on the outside of the hotel there, near the roof, there is the first character. So we're going to talk to her just by tapping the B or circle button, and that'll be 1 out of 5. So it does give you the general location of each of these characters on the map, but it doesn't point you to their exact location. So this next one can be a little tricky to find, so I knew it was somewhere around here. And look how well hidden this guy is. He's like right between these 2 big blue boxes of some sort. And so we're going to talk to him, and that'll be 2 out of 5. So now we're going to pull up the map to find the other ones. There's going to be one located just outside of the Iceberg Lounge. This one's probably the easiest one to find just because there's not too many places to look out here. And so right here on the side of the building, on this little balcony area, there's a ladder that leads up to it. There is the third of 5 NPCs that we have to talk to. And I think I'm just standing around waiting for him to get done talking. And right over here to the left side is going to be another NPC down by the docks. It's a Riddler henchman, it looks like. So we're going to talk to her. That'll be 4 out of 5. And then the last one's going to be all the way over here on the left side of East Gotham. And I believe he's going to be located on top of a billboard sign, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there he is. Oh, there he was. Fly up there. It's a ninja. Look at that. League of Shadows ninja. So we're going to talk to him. That's going to be all 5. That gives us all 5 clues that we need. So now we're going to make our way back over to the Shade. So get back into the hotel. So there's going to be 5 different options. You just have to pick the 2 that are the correct ones, which in my case were the 2 at the top. I don't know if it's always like that, but it's going to be the Gotham Street one, and then the other one about a person called Ludlow, I believe is what it says. So once you pick those 2 options, he'll start talking to you, and that'll complete the side quest for the Shade. So next up we have a gold brick. This one's called The Conductor Says. It's going to be located on the south side of East Gotham. And this one's actually part of the Game Guru Challenge. So in the open world, there's this Game Guru Challenge where you have to go around the city and play several different games, and this is one of them. And so we're going to pull on this lever to start this little memory mini game. So what it's going to do, it's going to show you a different pattern of colors, and you just have to repeat the colors by hitting on the corresponding switches on the ground in the correct order. So that first one was pretty easy. I think it was this red, green, red. Next up, it's going to be red, green, red, blue. So they're just going to add a color each time to make it a little bit harder, but to be honest, it's still pretty easy. So we're going to step on all 4 of those colors. And then the final one here, it's going to be red, green, red, blue, and then the final one is going to be yellow. So it does the same pattern each time, just adds on to it, which makes it pretty easy. They could do a random pattern each time. But once you do all 3 of those, the little container at the bottom will open up, and that'll give you the gold brick for The Conductor Says. Next up, we're going to do a race. This one's called Smog City Skyway. It's going to be located on the eastern side of East Gotham, just to the north of the main Ace Chemicals building. And so this race is going to be located here in the sky, so make sure you're playing as a flying character like Superman to start the race. And so for this one, there's going to be 15 checkpoint rings that we have to fly through within a 1-minute time limit in order to get the reward. And this one is pretty easy. I'm using the boost. I'm going pretty fast here, but you can take your time. The minute time limit is really forgiving. So there I went. Oh, I almost went above it. And this one, I think I start to miss it. Yep, I had to fly back. But we were still easily able to do it within the time limit to unlock the Joker's Copter vehicle. And continuing with the races, next up we're going to do Late Night Drive. This one's going to be located on the northern side of East Gotham. And it's going to be all the way down here on ground level. You can just spawn in any sort of ground vehicle once you find the start of the race. So we're going to hold the Y or triangle button to pull up the character roster, then hit X or square to pull up the vehicle roster. And you can just spawn in any land vehicle that you want. We're going to spawn in this armored truck here. We're going to hop in, tap the B or circle button to start the race, and here we go. So you're You're going to have to complete this within 45 seconds. There are 15 rings you need to drive through. And again, the trickiest part of this one is going to be all the traffic. The traffic is pretty randomized in this game, so they will get in your way, but it shouldn't be too much trouble to do it within 45 seconds to unlock Red Hood's motorbike. Next, we're going to tackle the final gold brick of East Gotham. This one's called Crime, the Musical. This one's going to be found on the north side of East Gotham in the Crime Alley area. It's actually going to be inside the Monarch Theater where Bruce Wayne's parents got shot. So we can hit that button to open up the doors, and once we get inside, there's going to be a brief cutscene, and yeah, this is probably the gold brick that you have to work the hardest for. There's just a lot of steps to this one. So first off, destroy this Lego object on the right side to give you a buildable lever. Pull on that. It'll say applause. It's going to rain down a few Lego objects, and one of them is going to be a buildable Lego object, which is going to build up into one of these poison ivy canisters where we have to find 3 different ingredients for it. You can also use poison ivy to raise up this plant there on the left. That's going to create a little stairway that we're going to have to use later. So here in the middle, we're going to use a detective character like Cheetah or Batman to follow this trail over here to the right side, which is going to reveal one of the 3 little flower locations for the poison ivy canister. Then we can do the same thing over here on the left side. There is the second flower location, and the final one's going to be up here on the stage. So again, we're going to use Cheetah to follow this trail, and that's going to give us all 3 of the flowers that we need. So we're going to switch back over to Poison Ivy and just go around and pick all 3 of those guys up. So there's the one on the right, and then over here on the left is the yellow one. Once we have the blue, yellow, and red one, we're going to toss them all into the canister. And now that we got that filled up, we can move over here to this little stairway that we made earlier and spray her substance into that little vent. It's going to cause this character to walk on down, and that'll complete one of the steps of this multi-step gold brick. So there's going to be a cutscene that plays. Again, these cutscenes are pretty lengthy, and so we're kind of watching this little play out. It's going to go back and forth. I've sped this up quite a bit, and it's still going on. So yeah, the cutscene is pretty long if you watch it in its entirety. Alright, but once we've completed that, we're now going to make our way over here to the right side for the next objective. So I'm kind of standing around here, not sure what to do, but there it is. We need a detective character, so we're going to switch over to Batman, use his sensing ability to reveal this grapple hook point, and that'll open up this secret area. Then use a tech-savvy character like Batman or Malcolm, Merlin. And so what we have to do here, there's going to be these 3 spotlights that we need to all point to the middle area. And so you can see here I'm kind of messing with the switches. Just repeat exactly what I do here, and you should be good to go. You're just going to keep moving them around so that all 3 are facing the middle area. And so it might take a little bit of trial and error, but I find it not to be too tricky. So we got the red, green, and blue one all pointing down to the middle, and that'll solve the next step. So now we're going to move back into the main theater area, and there's going to be another lengthy bit of dialogue that plays. They're going to talk a bit, and this next part, we have to do this little mini game where you have to hit buttons in the correct sequence. And so what we have to do is walk up on the stage where that little target is on the ground, tap the B or circle button to start this little mini game. And so your character is going to be dancing around, and you just have to hit the buttons as they come across the screen. I have sped this up so it's not quite this fast when you're actually playing it. And so you have to either hit a button or tap the control stick in a certain direction. And once you do that, there's going to be another cutscene that plays. There's going to be some stuff hanging from the ceiling. So we're going to grab onto this rope, and another thing is going to fall from the ceiling. Just keep grabbing onto these different ropes as different Lego objects just keep falling from the ceiling. And one final one, and in this last third one, there is the gold brick. So we are at last done with the gold brick for Crime, the Musical. So now we are almost done here in East Gotham. Next up we have a race. This one's called Goin, Boatin. It's going to be located on the northern left side of East Gotham. So here at the docks, there's going to be a race. So what we have to do is spawn in a boat. So we're going to pull up the vehicle roster, and you can put any boat that you want into the water. We're going to use the speedboat. I felt like that was fitting since this is a race after all. So we're going to drop the boat down, and we can just hop right in and tap the B or circle button to start the race. And for this one, you have to complete the race within 1 minute and 30 seconds in order to get the reward at the end. So this one will have 20 of these checkpoint rings that we have to drive our boat through. And this one kind of has you go all the way around the northern side of Gotham here, near Metropolis, kind of on the border of Gotham and Metropolis in this game's open world. And once you drive through all 20 of these rings within 1 minute 30 seconds, you will unlock the Batboat as a playable vehicle. And lastly here, we have a boss fight side quest. This one's called Red Hood Rumble. It's going to be located on top of the Iceberg Lounge in southern East Gotham. So once you get here to the rooftop of the Iceberg Lounge, Red Hood will be waiting for you, so just get close to him, and that will initiate the boss fight. He does have 4 hearts of health. And so what you have to do, he's going to do this spinning attack. Just avoid him when he does that, and as soon as he stops, to start mashing on him. To make this a little bit easier, you can use a character like Superman because he is invincible, so Red Hood won't be able to do a thing. It's just kind of waiting him out. And every now and then there will be a little quick time event where you need to tap the jump button in order to dodge his attack. But when he's doing that spin attack, there's nothing really you can do until he gets done. But once you take care of all of his health, you'll be defeated and you will unlock Red Hood as a playable character. But guys, that's going to do it for all the collectibles and side quests in East Gotham. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if not. Subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you guys next time here on Quick Break Games.